Augusta, Kansas, 1916. That's right, we're going to talk about the taillight riots. Now, if I'm right, Augusta sits in Butler County, and Butler County around this time decided to start implementing new traffic laws. And no one was more excited to implement these laws within Augusta's city limits than Marshall Crowe. Now, one of the new laws that they had put into place was the fact that all vehicles after sundown had to have a rear-facing red lamp. And honestly, that shouldn't have been a big deal because all Model Ts came with a rear-facing red lamp. And after all, the Model T was the most popular car in the area. But there was one small problem, and that was when the roads were relatively rough, these lamps had a tendency to flicker out. And that was mainly because they were oil lamps. So when the oil in the lamp was violently jostled, it tended to soak the wick and the lamp would go out. And because this was positioned where it was, the driver often didn't know that the lamp had gone out. Now, over the next few months, most drivers in the town started noticing a bit of a pattern in people getting these fines and the roads around town getting worse and worse. The roads around town were so ill-maintained that it was almost impossible to keep those lamps lit. There was also another thing you should know. The other two deputies in town, well, they had a similar name, Crowe. Reason being, nepotism was a bit high in town, and those two deputies were Marshall Crowe's brothers. The other thing that you should know is that for every ticket that they issued, well, they got a percentage of the fine. So there was a popular guy in town named Bill Pill. One day, just poking fun at the marshal, he decided to mount an old lantern off of the back of his horse and ride up and down the main drag. He quickly caught the attention of a lot of people in town, and they would come out to the street and sort of caw at him. Definitely making fun of the marshal. It wasn't long before the marshal showed up and actually arrested Bill. The scene caused such a ruckus that he had his deputies take Bill to the jail while the marshal stayed behind and tried to calm the city folk down. They said he climbed up onto a car and quickly about 600 people gathered around the car. He pulled his gun, shot 2 shots up into the air, and somebody in the crowd hit him in the head with a brick. The townfolk then went to the jail and with a railroad tie battered down the front of the jail and let everybody in the jail go free. After destroying the whole front of the jail, they ran the Crowe family out of town, and the story became national headlines.